why most people have such a misaligned sleep pattern.
I think it's the whole structure of this 9 to 5 business. So the Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, I speak to so many people, even ones that aren't parents. They might not have children, but they're getting home maybe around 6, and then they have to, they don't have very much time to do much. And so by the time they get self time, it's very late. And so that's usually what's going on. They stay up very late to get time to themselves. And yeah, it's tough with that rigid schedule. I think COVID was an excellent thing to happen for many people. So they could be free of that for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, it's I've talked about it a few times in, arguably COVID has been some of the best things that's happened for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult to hear because obviously there's the flip side, is that it's been challenging for a lot of people, but I think it made people reprioritize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I'm really intrigued with the sleep aspect, and you mentioned then some self-care and people staying up too late. What would be the first steps for someone to start to improve and prioritize their sleep?
I think the basic understanding that your body is going to get all of the physical repair that it needs in between around 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. ballpark. And then from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., mental and emotional repair that the brain, mind, and psyche needs. So those two nervous systems, the fight or flight stress response and the rest repair response, those work at certain times of day in certain ways. So when we get up at 6 a.m., our stress system turns on because it's actually also the wake up system of the body. And so stress isn't necessarily always bad, has a bad rep, but it can be helpful. And so that wakes us up at 6, starts to die down around 12. And then around 6 p.m., it's off. And from 6 to 6, again, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., the rest, repair, and weight loss system goes to town and takes care of us and repairs everything for the next day. And what people are never taught, I haven't seen it anywhere except for the schooling that I did, was that the stress system, that fight or flight system, if we get too much artificial light, and especially from screens, which everywhere, after 6 p.m., your body goes, oh, I guess it's time to wake up. It must not be time to repair. And so it flips that switch when it shouldn't. And then it's harder to get to sleep and your body's not repairing. And so I always tell people to do what you can to just protect yourself. Like I'm very honest, and I don't avoid all screens after 6. There's TV and there's my computer and the phone and all these things, right? But I'll try to limit it. Inside the devices, there is a setting to stop it emitting blue light, which triggers that stress response. There are blue light glasses that are a dime a dozen these days on Amazon. They've got blue light blocking light bulbs and lamps. And so I'll just tell someone to breathe properly for relaxation. So through the nose and into the low belly, and to try to protect themselves from that screen light or artificial light in their home after 6. And then your body will naturally reset itself to want to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Love it. For those that aren't watching the video, I am smiling because it's close to 8 p.m. for me. And obviously I am staring at a screen. That's common practice for me to be putting in those hours at the moment. But yeah, it's something for me to work on. I'm really intrigued. You hear people talk a lot about being a morning person or an evening person. I'm just super intrigued on what are your thoughts on that. Do you abide to that? Do you agree with it?
I do. It's really interesting. I've met some people who were, so how do I explain this? Basically, what was going on in the womb before they were born, they were actually born as night owls, where ever since they were little as babies, they were crying all night and sleeping all day. And they just continue that. So nowadays, there are midwives who can do this exercise with a newborn baby. It's just a physical, easy, it doesn't hurt the baby at all. They just kind of rotate the baby around, and it's fascinating. I don't know the intricate scientific details on that, but all of a sudden it switches their circadian rhythm back. So it's really fascinating. And I think for others, sometimes people are night owls because they're too busy during the day. They don't have time to slow down until the evening. And so it's quite enjoyable for them to stay awake.
My name is Samuel Main, and I truly hope that you've got value from today's video. If you have, please do hit like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow.